What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the AB Kingslayer here. We are back with another episode of Continue, where I continue to bring you the latest and greatest gaming news in the past couple days, couple weeks, depending on when I find it. Usually no longer than a week. So starting off, something that just hurts my soul, but I'm alright with it. It's a good burn. It's like a workout. So from the financial reports from Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3, they are still a little ways out. We are still looking at possibly 2018 before possibly anything, if even a release. So, from the reports, it says that they're still working on the games and they are still putting their time and effort into the games, which is fine. You know, hear me out. It's fine. I think based on the success of Final Fantasy 15. Seeing that we waited, practically a decade before that game and how many different iterations that game produced, and seeing that it was a fantastic game, I'm thinking waiting a little bit longer for Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3. It's not what we want to hear. At least for me, it's not what I want to hear, but it does mean they are giving the well-deserved TLC, because these are two very, very huge games for Square Enix. People, love it or hate it. Final Fantasy VII is like a poster child. It's like a spokesperson for the Final Fantasy series. Where if you say Final Fantasy, pretty much if you have any kind of like gaming knowledge of the slightest, Final Fantasy VII is one you usually kind of refer to. It may not be your favorite. Me personally, I kind of like 10 to 12, but there's no problem with 7. So don't, the 7 fanboys, the fangirls, don't kill me. I do love 7, and it is a cherished game, but it's just one of those ones that's not, doesn't hit home that much for me. Like 8, I do love 8. Like I said, 7, great game, and I'm going to buy a remake. I want to buy it when it comes out. So I have, I'll wait. I'm hoping at least for 7. I know they talked about doing a episodic type game for 7, and for me, it's kind of weird, because Final Fantasy, you think the huge open-ended scale. If they do it in episodic chunks, it's going to be kind of weird. I don't know how well that's going to work in a Final Fantasy format. If they stick with that, and hopefully it works, but it will feel like it would be, more linear in that case, instead of being the free roam RPG that it is, side quest galore. If it's kind of chopped up in, say, ironically 7 stories or 7 episodes, I don't know. So maybe that's the reason why we're not getting it quite yet. Maybe they're redoing how they're going to distribute. Maybe it's just going to be one big game. I don't know. Hopefully maybe we'll at least hear some news at E3, which should start up in about mid-June, and since this is the 31st when I'm recording this will probably go up on the 1st. We probably won't be that far away, so maybe we'll hear something, maybe we won't. I can't remember when Tokyo Game Show is right offhand, but maybe we'll hear something from that. I don't know, but let's just hope we hear something with them next few months for both of these games. And speaking of hearing things, if you have a modified 3DS and you haven't used it in a while, or if you have been noticing a few different changes in your 3DS and your connectivity to online features, Nintendo has done a wide ban of any modified 3DSs. Now let me check, let me make sure this error code, so you will know personally. So if you get error code 0020102 when you go to check your friends list or anything that uses online connectivity, that would be streaming services, online multiplayer. If you get that code, you have been banned. I also put the code here. Just boop. So if you get that code, you have been banned from any kind of online functions. Which, hey, that kind of happens. It comes with the territory when you modify a system beyond the recommended parameters of what the company wants you to do. You can get hit. If something happens and you try to get it fixed, like let's say you get your game fixed, your 3DS fixed at GameStop, and you modified it, and that's the reason why it's messed up. GameStop will probably say flat out, no, we can't fix it because you're using a modified system. Therefore, that violates the contract, when you bought it. So, it happens. It it sucks. I myself have used modified PSPs and have them completely bricked to where nothing works, and I couldn't take it anywhere to go fix it or return it or anything because, I modified it and didn't read the instructions as properly as I should, and that's what happens. It got bricked. A lesson learned. So if you decide to modify your 3DS or you're getting a new 3DS to potentially modify it, do know that you will most likely not be able to use any online functions. So if you're alright with using single player or like playing single player games, then I say go ahead. But if you want to use online functions, say you want to play competitive Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, whatever you want to play, Monster Hunter, if you want to do that, if you want to play with your friends, I would hold off on getting any kind of homebrew or anything of that nature installed on your 3DS. So, speaking of our lovely, lovely, lovely Nintendo, Nintendo is currently in a product war. Not say a product war, but a production war with the juggernaut that is Apple. So since Nintendo wants to make a load of Switches in order to prepare for the holiday season, so that way we won't have the same repeat as the Nintendo Classic, the NES Classic. We won't have any of those issues again where they sell out and Nintendo's just like, I don't know what happened. You're just sitting there looking stumped where this is an empty shelf to like, there was supposed to be a Switch here. I came to buy a Switch. And Nintendo's like, oh, we just ran out, sorry. And so they want to be prepared for that. And since the Switch is starting to dip into more tablet territory when it comes to their parts and stuff like that, it kind of puts a strain on other production lines, let's say for Apple, where Apple seem like they produce some kind of tablet or like some kind of smartphone every year. So production companies are going to look at the pros and cons and say, okay, we can give Nintendo their batch, but also lose the profit of Apple, or we can give Apple and lose Nintendo. And so you would think logically with Apple, they're going to make their money back and then some. Because Apple is going to not only probably charge more than the Switch is going to cost, but they're also going to be able to sell all of those units. So if Nintendo gets too ambitious and makes more systems than they actually sell, along the line, they're going to lose money. Same thing happened with the Wii U, where the Wii U had loads of consoles everywhere. If you go practically anywhere, you can pawn shops. GameStop has loads of them sitting on the shelves. There are still some at Walmart, places like that, where they are like something like the more rarer exclusive 3DS systems, not 3DS, but Wii U systems, still at local Walmarts, local GameStops for the same price they were sold, before. So it's kind of a crazy thing to think about. Like, Nintendo has to. I know they're trying to prepare before the holiday season, and this could possibly mean that maybe they're anticipating a big flood of people. So maybe they're going to be announcing a huge game that's going to be coming to the Switch. A lot of people are going to be looking for maybe the Smash Bros. Port to Switch, which we saw how big of an influx of customers bought the Wii U just for Smash Brothers. I'm pretty sure if you release Smash Brothers with all DLC, I'm pretty sure people would buy a Switch, no problem. I mean, I myself included, I don't have a Switch, but if they say, okay, yeah, this holiday season we're going to drop the Smash Brothers collection for the Switch, and I know people will flock to it. It's also that there's the Smash Brothers collection. There's a potential new Pokemon game, so we could get Pokemon Stars or whatever it's going to be called. if they drop that kind of news and it's coming out holiday season, I can see loads of people flooding to Nintendo or flooding the stores like Best Buy, Toys R Us, GameStop to go get a Switch for these two, titans in their game category. So I mean, I don't know if you're going to announce it. We have to wait to see to do their what do they call it? The Clubhouse, Nintendo Clubhouse. So maybe when E3 comes up, they do their little Clubhouse press release. Maybe they're going to announce a lot of games coming out between now and the holiday season, or even early 2018, which is a strong possibility. Because I mean, Nintendo, they're doing pretty well with the console right now. I personally, I'm not too mad at the library. I currently like the library. With the library currently, I mean, I would buy a Switch, but the only reason why I don't want to buy a Switch is the Switch itself. The Switch itself still has a lot of bugs and a lot of issues that hopefully have been fixed with firmware. And hopefully it was more of a firmware problem, because the docking station, scratching up the system and all that is an issue, but it's not big enough for me to be like, oh yeah, I don't want to buy a Switch because I don't want to get scratched. Toss on protection, protective screen, hopefully that will keep it, from getting scratched and stuff like that. So it's minor details, but if it's still crashing and stuff like that easily, that's one reason why I would want to buy a Switch right now. I would wait till maybe the second production of Switches when they fix that main problem. If it's a hardware problem over software, I'd wait then. But maybe, like I said, we'll hear more at E3. We could, there's no telling what Nintendo could drop, because Nintendo will drop some stuff. They're pretty secretive about this stuff. They'll just come out of blue like, boom, here, this is what you wanted. So, hey, don't know. We just gotta wait and see. And speaking of, well, not really wait and see, but something else that just came through the pipeline, that is that Microsoft is now going to be dabbling into the whole subscription-based gaming. Same thing kind of falls in the category with EA Access, where you pay a monthly subscription base, or EA Access. I think PlayStation, I think they have one, or they had that rental system, so they have something similar to it. There's a couple of them out there. Where you pay a monthly fee and you can download their library of digital games for, I think it's $10 a month. The free trial, the 14-day trial started back on May the 24th, but that's for PlayStation, good God, Xbox Gold members. It started back on May 24th. Is it May 24th or May 29th? I think it was May 24th. Yeah, May 24th is when I first saw the story. And so, for Xbox Live Gold members, they get a free 14-day trial. And on June the 1st, which will be tomorrow as of this recording, everyone will get a free 14-day trial, regardless of your Xbox Live status. So you get a free 14-day trial, and then I think you can go ahead and start buying the subscription. If you like it, you can go ahead and just do a subscription, and there you go. And there's a huge list of games. There's some of them. There are some Xbox One games. There are a lot of the backwards compatible Xbox 360 games like Red Dead and stuff like that. They are on that list. So I will put a link down below to the full list of games and, like I said, all the articles here. And speaking of Red Dead Redemption, I'm just going to toss this one in there because it hurts my heart so much. Red Dead Redemption has been pushed back to spring 2018, which I just want to throw that one in there just because it hurts my heart. I was so ready for that game. That's just a little side note. By now, that one's been out there for a while. But if Microsoft is going to be doing it for $10 a month, I don't see Microsoft, that's not a bad deal. So if the games are good, if it's going to be a constantly ever-growing library, I hope it's just not like a stagnant, a stilled library, which is like, okay, we're going to throw you a whole lot of games at you, and then not really update it that much. We'll update it maybe every 3-4 months, maybe. Because what I'm hoping, maybe the possibility is, whatever games become free on Xbox Live Gold, if you don't have an Xbox Gold membership, after that month, or maybe a month or two after that game has been released, let's say Gears of War. Let's say Gears of War is on Xbox Live Gold, and you say, well, I don't have a gold membership. Well, maybe 2-3 months after that, it will be put on the, I think it's called the Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, the Xbox Game Pass. Maybe it would be placed on there. Therefore, if you always wanted to play it, it's like, okay, I have my Xbox Game Pass. I can just play it on there. So I personally, from what I've seen on the library, and also with my experience of EA Access, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a price, especially if you don't really have the money to buy new games each and every month or however often they come out. This gives you, let's say you got a new console. Let's say you recently got a new Xbox One, and you're like, I don't have really many games for it. $10 a month isn't bad. $10 a month, I'm pretty sure anybody can afford that. So I say give it a try. If you have Xbox Live Gold and you have tried it already, hey, let me know, because I'm also kind of interested in it. And from what I'm seeing, not bad. So my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, what games will you be playing on the Xbox Gold Pass or Game Pass? Xbox Gold, Xbox Game Pass. Like I said, I'm gonna leave a link down below to all the full games and all that stuff. So what games are you looking forward to be able to download and play however long you want for the month? So what games are you interested in, and what games will you hope possibly be put on the list, and hopefully in what kind of time frame? So like I said, leave a comment below, leave a like, and subscribe for more. Also hit me up on my social medias. They are pretty much all random and weird, especially my Twitter. You got my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitch, and Discord. I also will start putting Discord on my YouTube subscription. So hit me up and let me know. Talk, and welcome to the guild. So I've been 8-Bit Kingslayer, and goodbye.